Have you ever felt like there's a hidden power inside you, quiet, unnoticed, yet constantly trying to guide you? A power that, if trained, could change the way you think, the way you work, the way you live. Well, that silent power exists. It's called concentration. And once you learn to master it, you'll start unlocking parts of yourself you never even knew existed. Welcome to this powerful audiobook experience, The Silent Power Within You, based on The Power of Concentration by Theron Q. Dumont, a timeless classic that has helped millions around the world find clarity, self-discipline, and real inner strength. So sit back, take a deep breath, and prepare to awaken the most underrated superpower you already have, your ability to focus. Let's begin. The hidden force most people ignore. Most people walk through life half awake. Their bodies go through the motions, wake up, scroll phone, rush to work, half listen, half think, yet their minds are scattered like dust in the wind. What if I told you that this scattered energy is the very reason people feel tired, unmotivated, and stuck? The mind, if left undirected, becomes a noisy room where no single idea can be heard clearly. But when you concentrate, really concentrate, something magical happens, the noise fades, and you take the driver's seat. That is the silent power within you. And it's waiting to be trained. Concentration isn't about trying harder. It's about training smarter. You don't need to be a genius to concentrate. You don't need to meditate on a mountain or live like a monk. What you need is practice, purposeful practice. Concentration is a mental muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Just like lifting weights builds your arms, doing focus exercises builds your attention span. The difference? One builds muscle. The other builds life control. Think about it. Want to finish what you start? Concentration. Want to break bad habits? Concentration. Want to stay calm under pressure? Again, concentration. Your ability to hold your attention on what matters is the foundation of all confidence, growth, and success. The mind goes where it's trained to go. Let me ask you this: when you sit down to work or read, how long before your mind wanders? 1 minute? 2? Most people can't hold a single thought for more than 5 seconds before something else distracts them, a ping, a memory, a craving, a headline. But here's the truth: the mind will wander unless you train it not to. Your mind is like a puppy. Left alone, it will chew on shoes, bark at everything, and chase butterflies. But with attention and training, that same puppy becomes a loyal, calm, and focused companion. The same goes for your mind. You have to teach it what to focus on, and the best part? You're already capable of doing this. The power of holding a single thought. Here's a simple but powerful challenge: pick a single thought. Any thought. Let's say, I will achieve what I focus on. Now, hold that thought in your mind for 2 full minutes. Visualize it. Repeat it. Feel it. And don't let your mind wander, even once. It's harder than it sounds, isn't it? But if you do this daily, you'll begin to discover just how much energy you waste on distractions, and how powerful you feel when you stay with one idea until it becomes real. Because the truth is, what you concentrate on, you create. How to start training your inner power, even if you're always distracted. Don't worry if your mind drifts. That's normal at first. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress. Here are 3 simple ways to begin training your inner concentration power. Set a daily, focus time, even just 5 minutes. Choose one task or one thought and stay with it. No phone. No multitasking. Just focus. Practice stillness. Sit in silence, breathe slowly, and observe one object, like a candle, a leaf, or even your breath. This isn't meditation, it's pure attention training. Speak your intention. Start the day by saying, I choose to control my mind, not let my mind control me. This primes your brain to behave accordingly. Every time you pull your attention back from a distraction, you're building power. It's like lifting an invisible weight that strengthens your entire mind. What happens when you train concentration daily? As you develop concentration, you'll begin to notice subtle but powerful changes. You finish tasks faster and with more accuracy. You listen deeply, people notice and respect it. You feel calmer, even in chaos. And most importantly, you begin to trust yourself. Because nothing builds confidence like keeping your attention on your goals and seeing them come to life, one focused moment at a time. The mind can be your best friend. Or your worst enemy. Let's be honest. Your mind can lift you, or crush you. It can inspire or confuse. Heal, or hurt. But it's not the mind itself that's the problem. It's the lack of control. Concentration isn't about force. It's about alignment. When your thoughts, energy, and actions all point in the same direction, you become unstoppable. And that's where the silent power within you begins to roar. Let's go deeper. You already understand that concentration is a mental muscle, and like any muscle, it must be used to grow. But here's something most people never realize. Your thoughts are magnetic. Yes. Your thoughts carry energy. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt someone's energy, without them saying a word? That's the vibration of thought. Thoughts are not just personal, they're powerful. They radiate into the world and attract people, events, and opportunities aligned with them. This is why concentrated thought is so effective. A clear, focused mind doesn't just think, it projects. And when you project clarity, you begin to shape your outer world from your inner world. This isn't magic. It's the natural law of cause and effect. As within, so without. The difference between wishing and willing. Most people wish for change. They wish they had more confidence. They wish they had better habits. They wish life would get easier. But wishing is passive. It's emotional energy without structure. Willing, on the other hand, is active. It's focused energy. It's, I will do this, not, I hope this happens. Willing taps into concentration. It says, I decide. I focus. I follow through. The more you live in a state of willing, the less you'll be thrown around by circumstances, doubts, and distractions. Your power grows every time you choose to will instead of wish. Energy flows where attention goes. This simple idea can change your life. Whatever you give your attention to, grows. If you constantly think about what's wrong, what's lacking, what's unfair, your life will reflect that. But when you focus your mind on growth, courage, and solutions, even in tough times, you create momentum in that direction. This is why controlling your focus isn't just about productivity, it's about peace. It's about purpose. It's about knowing that no matter what happens on the outside, you're anchored from within. Concentration gives you that anchor. Train yourself to let go of mental junk. Every day, your mind is bombarded with distractions, endless notifications. Negative news. Random gossip. Old regrets. Future fears. This clutter eats your mental bandwidth and robs you of inner peace. Here's a powerful exercise. Once a day, ask yourself, what am I thinking about right now, and is it helping me? If not, let it go. Drop it. Replace it. Refocus on what matters. This simple habit, checking your mental filter, is a game changer. Because once you learn to direct your attention, no outside force can hijack your peace. The link between confidence and concentration. Do you want to know the real source of confidence? It's not loudness. Not ego. Not being the smartest person in the room. Real confidence comes from inner alignment. It comes from knowing that when you decide to do something, you'll follow through. No excuses. No second guessing. No chaos. And that ability to follow through? It comes from concentration. People who train their focus trust themselves. They don't get overwhelmed by emotions, pressure, or the opinions of others. They move through life with a quiet strength, the kind that says, I've trained my mind, and I control my path. That's the silent power we're talking about. How to stop being a victim of thought. Here's a truth most never hear: you are not your thoughts. You are the thinker of your thoughts. Let that sink in. You can observe your thoughts. You can challenge them. You can direct them. You are the master, not the servant. But if you never practice controlling them, they'll control you. They'll take you on wild rides of fear, guilt, jealousy, and regret, all while you believe they're real. Concentration helps you step back, watch the thought, and decide, do I want to feed this? Or do I want to refocus? This is true freedom, not being a slave to every thought that enters your head. The power of a focused morning. Here's a practical tip that can change your day: start your morning with intention. Before checking your phone, before jumping into tasks, take 5 quiet minutes. Breathe deeply. Visualize the kind of energy you want today. Choose a single word: calm, focused, strong, kind. Repeat it with conviction. This sets the tone. It centers you. The rest of the world may pull you in 100 directions. But because you started the day focused, you stay grounded. Every single morning is a chance to reset your internal compass. Your mind is like a garden. Imagine this: your mind is a garden. If you leave it alone, what grows? Weeds. Random, unwanted, energy-draining weeds. But if you plant the right seeds, focus, gratitude, courage, and water them daily through attention and intention, you grow a beautiful, useful garden. Concentration is the act of weeding your mind and feeding your strengths. No one else can do it for you. But once you start, you'll feel the results immediately. More calm. More clarity. More control. That's the life you're building, one thought at a time. So far, you've discovered how concentration shapes your thoughts, builds confidence, and allows you to control the inner noise most people are trapped in. Now, let's take it even further. Let's talk about how this inner power affects your character, your goals, and your entire life path. The will to shape your character. Here's a powerful truth: your character isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, choice by choice, thought by thought, day by day. And concentration is the tool that sculpts it. You see, your dominant thoughts eventually become your beliefs. Your beliefs become your habits. And your habits define your character. If your attention constantly shifts toward fear, laziness, or negativity, over time you develop a weak, reactive character. But when you direct your mind, consistently, toward purpose, strength, and integrity, you build a character that leads your life, instead of one that follows circumstances. That's the power of focused living. Why most people fail to stay on track. Let's be honest, most people don't lack ambition. They lack direction. They jump from one goal to another, from one idea to the next, like a leaf in the wind. One day, they're excited to start a business. The next, they're deep in self-doubt. Then, a new trend distracts them, and the cycle repeats. But here's what you must understand: without concentration, all effort gets diluted. No matter how big your dream is, if you don't focus your energy on it consistently, it becomes a fantasy instead of a reality. Concentration is what turns desire into discipline, and discipline into results. The power of mental picture. Let's do a quick exercise. Close your eyes, and imagine yourself 1 year from today. You're calm. You're confident. You're focused. You've become someone who follows through. Someone others trust. You feel proud, strong, and in control of your time and your mind. Hold that image. Feel it. Now here's the key: what you just imagined. That's your mental picture. And it's a tool more powerful than any external motivation, because the mind moves in the direction of its most dominant images. So every day, take 60 seconds to visualize the person you are becoming. See yourself walking with clarity, speaking with calmness, acting with purpose. Let that picture guide your actions. That is the real use of imagination, not to escape reality, but to create it. Don't let emotion hijack your focus. Let's talk about something most people don't connect with: concentration, emotions. You could be laser focused, then suddenly one text, one comment, one piece of bad news, and your whole state collapses. Sound familiar? It's because emotion, when unmanaged, hijacks your concentration. Fear, anger, jealousy, anxiety, these are powerful forces. But they're just signals. The problem begins when you stay in them too long. The concentrated mind doesn't ignore emotions, it observes them. It says, okay, I feel this. But I choose my response. That moment, between emotion and reaction, is where your power lives. And every time you choose to pause, breathe, and return your focus to what matters, you grow stronger than you were the moment before. Focus is not about saying yes, it's about saying no. Everyone wants to focus better. But here's the part most people forget: focus requires elimination. It's not just about what you choose to do, it's about what you're willing to let go of. You can't do deep, meaningful work while saying yes to every ping, every favor, every impulse. You have to say no to things that drain you. No to distractions. No to time wasters. No to people who pull you away from your purpose. Because every yes to something unimportant is a no to something important. Real power lies in selective attention, choosing, every day, what deserves your time and mental energy. Micro-concentration, the 5-minute rule. You don't have to wait for the perfect time to train focus. Start with just 5 minutes. Pick one task: reading, writing, deep work, and for 5 minutes, eliminate everything else. Put the phone in another room. Turn off all notifications. Set a timer and commit fully. Those 5 minutes of pure concentration are more powerful than 30 minutes of half-distracted effort. Because the goal isn't to work longer, it's to work deeper. And with consistent micro-concentration, you'll find your ability to focus expands naturally, like a muscle growing stronger with each rep. Concentration creates peace. Here's a hidden benefit people rarely talk about: concentration isn't just about achievement, it's about peace of mind. When your thoughts are scattered, your nervous system stays on alert. You feel rushed, overwhelmed, and anxious. But when your mind is centered on one idea, one task, one direction, your entire system calms down. You feel grounded. There's less noise, less pressure, more clarity. That's the kind of inner peace no amount of scrolling or escapism can give you. And it's available to you, right now, through simple, focused presence. Everything you want begins with focus. Let's be crystal clear: whatever you want, more income, better relationships, inner strength, physical health. All of it starts with one thing: concentration. Because until you can hold your attention, you can't build a habit, complete a project, change a belief, or transform your life. Every breakthrough you're looking for is just on the other side of undivided focus. And the good news? You already have this power. It's inside you. It always was. All you have to do is train it. Now that you've come this far, let's pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Let that stillness sink in. Because what you're feeling now, this calm awareness, this gentle mental presence, that's your silent power awakening. The world around you may still be noisy. Your to-do list may still be long. But you, at your core, are calm, focused, and in control. That's not an illusion. That's you, returning to your original power. You're not just changing habits, you're rewriting identity. Let's be honest, anyone can download a productivity app or read a motivational quote. But real transformation doesn't happen at the surface level. It happens when you begin to see yourself differently. When you go from saying, "I want to focus more," to "I am someone who focuses." From "I wish I was confident," to I am someone who follows through, no matter what. That shift in self-concept, from passive wishing to identity-based living, is where everything changes. And guess what enables that shift? Daily, deliberate concentration. The world may be loud, but you can stay silent inside. The digital world is designed to fragment your mind. One scroll. One like. One reel. One ping. Your attention is pulled in 10 directions before breakfast. But if you can train yourself, for just a few minutes a day, to sit in silence, to focus deeply, to be present with a single thought or task, you become rare. You become powerful. And more importantly, you become free. Free from noise. Free from reaction. Free from regret. Because now you're no longer drifting. You're directing your life. Your inner power doesn't shout, it whispers. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to be loud to be strong. You don't need to chase validation to feel worthy. The most powerful people you'll ever meet have one thing in common: they are centered. They know where their attention goes. They know when to speak and when to stay silent. They know how to act with intention instead of impulse. And that power doesn't come from hustle or hype. It comes from the silent command of a concentrated mind. That power lives in you. Practical reminder: anchor yourself daily. Let's make this real. Here's what you can do, starting tomorrow. Morning mindset. Spend 3 to 5 minutes after waking up just focusing on your breath and your intention. One clear thought for the day. No noise. Single tasking. Pick one task today. No multitasking. No tab switching. Set a timer and give it your full attention. Mental reset. Once during your day, maybe after lunch, take 2 minutes to stop everything. Breathe. Ask, where is my focus right now? Is it helping me? Realign if needed. Evening visualization. At night, imagine the best version of you. The calm, powerful, focused you. Let that be the last mental image before sleep. These aren't just techniques. They're mental weightlifting, and every rep makes your concentration muscle stronger. This is just the beginning. If there's one thing you remember from this entire message, let it be this: you are not powerless. Your focus is your tool. Your thoughts are your seeds. Your attention is your steering wheel. And no matter where you are starting from, distracted, stressed, scattered, you can change. You can train your mind. You can build discipline. You can walk through life with silent, unshakable strength. Because the power is already within you. It always was. If you found value in this audiobook, imagine how powerful your life can become when you apply these principles daily. Don't just listen, take action. Start small. Stay consistent. And protect your focus like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. And if this message helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it: a friend, a family member, someone struggling to find clarity. Let's help more people tap into the power that already lives inside them. And don't forget to subscribe to the Limitless Growth channel for more life-changing audiobooks based on timeless wisdom and powerful public domain classics. We're just getting started on this journey, and the best is yet to come. Thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up for yourself. And remember, your mind is your greatest ally. Train it. Trust it. And use it well. Until next time, stay focused. Stay grounded. And keep growing.